Hi everyone, Kaosy Umeh here, aka Attorney Know-It-All. Welcome back, you guys. I've been gone for a while, so I just want to jump right into it. So today I'm going to talk about Cardi B and Offset. So I have never really particularly followed this relationship, but I did hear last year when it was announced that they were getting divorced. So as we all know, Valentine's Day recently passed, and the information came out there that Cardi B may have a new man in her life, Stefan Diggs. And as soon as this information came out, so did old rumors about Offset's, the father of her children and her husband, demanding a DNA test for his children, a DNA paternity test because he claims this last child is not his. So some of you may know Cardi B had a third child last year with Offset, right before they got divorced, or I believe she was actually pregnant when they separated. So now that I guess Cardi B is stepping out with Stefan Diggs in public, Offset has come back with his requirement for DNA test. So the reason this caught my attention is because right before I took my little hiatus, I made a short video about child support, well, not child support, paternity tests, and demanded them as soon as possible. Because if you're married, you're presumed to be the father of the child, and the courts will automatically make you responsible for child support. So in his case, and where I'm here looking at this Twitter page, and this is Cardi B basically stating that she's never going to take a DNA test. And while I understand how insulting that can be, this is your husband, this is the father of your children, and now you have to go prove this is the father of your children. And I do understand where she's coming from, but I also understand what Offset is doing. Because if he doesn't ask for this DNA test now when he has suspicions, and I'm not going to go into whether his suspicions are legitimate or not, but if he doesn't ask for this DNA test now when this child is still basically a baby and he has these suspicions, as I said in my previous video, there is this presumption of paternity once you're married. Once you're married and you have a baby in the marriage, it's presumed that the husband is the father of the child. So him asking for it now actually makes a lot of legal sense. My big issue here is that he asked for it so publicly, because if he does take this DNA test and this baby is his, I can only imagine what sort of impacts this will have for the baby in the future as they grow up and as they're able to Google this divorce proceedings that happen between the parents. And in my cases, when I've had to do a paternity test, one thing I've always also tried to do with a paternity test is to ask the court to shield that information. So you can sometimes ask the court to shield information that would be too sensitive for the public to have. So I believe that in his case, he probably should have done this privately, spoken to his attorney about a paternity test, and his attorney could have filed a request for a paternity test and also filed a shield. So that way in the future, when his children do get to read about this divorce case, where they're old enough and curious enough to go out there to see what happened between their parents, they wouldn't see this, because this can be pretty ugly. But yeah, and again, this just caught my mind because I believe the last video I actually published was about asking for a DNA test as a man if you're married, and asking for it early. And in his case, I think that is the youngest baby. As you can, oh no, oh, she has the baby in her hand over there. As you can see, the baby's still really a baby. This is actually the right time for him to ask for this DNA test. But if I was him, I would have done it very privately, spoken to my attorney, requested it, and that way your attorney can also request a shield, so you don't put your family's business out there and you don't hurt your children that way. So that's the only thing I was going to bring up here, because again, it was so public. Valentine's Day passed, the pictures of Cardi B and Stefan Diggs were everywhere, and this DNA test issue came back up. He's free to ask for it, he's right to ask for it at this junction, but also don't forget, if you're asking for this and there's a very good chance this child is yours, you might want to shield the child from ever finding out about this request in the future. So that's my quick inputs about this. I will be uploading another video about Cardi B and Offset's, and basically it's going to be on child supports, because there's one misconception out there that women always are the ones who receive child supports. And I find the video I'm going to be uploading is going to be basically analyzing Cardi B and Offset's relationship to anticipate who will be responsible for paying child supports. And I'll tell you right now, it's my belief that, well, probably Cardi B is going to end up paying child supports, especially if the parties end up doing a 50-50 relationship division, well, 50-50 custody division of the children. So that took a little longer than I thought it would take. Just a quick update. And again, it was in my head. Valentine's Day just passed, and I want to put this up there. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment below. Please leave any likes or any requests you have for any videos you'd like to see in the video. Please feel free to put those below. And until next time, have a great day. Ciao.